What is up, gang? It is I, Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro.
Yay!
And tonight we are going to dig in further on Strategy 3.0, talk about some of my recent moves, and then we will break down exactly why I switched from Strategy 2.0 to the current Strategy 3.0. And then we'll talk about what your Strategy 3.0 should be. Last but not least, we're going to talk about why I am still investing in these crazy VeVe NFTs. All right. Well, first of all, before we jump into this update tonight, I hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas. And I am hoping that we all have a fantastic and safe Happy New Year's Day holiday, and that the next year brings us financial rewards and gains beyond our wildest dreams, which will probably not happen. At any rate, this is definitely not financial advice. Anything I say or do in this video could cause you to end up living in a cardboard box on the side of the river, subsiding on government cheese. Okay, folks, now, Strategy 3.0. I broke it out and explained to you what the new strategy was, and now we're going to dig into the why and clarify some things. We had some great discussion going on in the Crypto Pro Carlton VeVe Telegram group. And I've got some great members in the group. Shout out to Boris.
Yay!
For bringing up some great questions to me. And part of this video comes from the discussion that I had with him about strategy. So thank you very much for helping me to come up with the topics for this video. Strategy 3.0, to start with, what does it entail? Well, there's three things that this entails for me. Number one, it is reducing my risk by stacking gems to give me the ability to cash out of money if I need to. Number two, it's to take advantage of swing trades to build up my gem balance by buying items that are at absolute low points and then selling them when the little whale sweeps come in, because you know items will get bought and sold, and sometimes we'll see where prices will jump up on something after they've been sitting very low, lying on the ground like a lazy dog. All right? Now, the reason why I'm flipping to this strategy is partially due to the current situation within the whole economic picture worldwide, but it's also because of the fact that I right now am sitting on a huge stack of items. So I want to clarify something. I've got nearly 2,000 of these things. It's split between roughly 1,000 items and 1,000 comics. I haven't officially hit 2,000 yet, but I probably will very soon, and you'll be the first to know when I hit 2,000. Now, what I was saying before in that last video, I was talking about how I thought Adam, my man Adam, shout out to Adam, I thought he had lost his mind when he had hit 300 items, but then he actually had hit 480 before he sold out of everything. Now, Adam, in his strategy right now, he's not holding NFTs, he's not holding cryptos, he's not holding stock. He's only invested in gold and silver. That is his Strategy 3.0, because he's gone through three major phases of investing, as we've been talking back and forth since I first started to get to know him back in the crazy early days when we first jumped into the VeVe NFTs. So take that under consideration. I have 2,000 items. Now, am I selling those items? No, I am not. So one way that you can look at this, as I get my coffee in, Strategy 2.0, which was stack them like crazy, stack them and hold it for the long term, that is still valid, but it has to have a limit. Now, I never thought I would have nearly 2,000 items. Now, for person A who has, say, 50 to 75 items, the stacking strategy might still work for you right now. Now, we're going to tell you what justifies a change in strategy next. But for the person who only has, say, 50, 75, 100 items, you could continue right on with strategy 2.0, the strategy I was using before, which was stack those items in order to unload them on the next peak. But there is a reason why I have made a shift. So the question remains, why did I shift to strategy 3.0? Well, here are several reasons. First of all, this bear market that we are in right now is not like the rest. The last few bear markets that we have seen since I've been in the VeVe market, to clarify, not overall bear markets, but since I've been involved with VeVe, the bear markets or the low points were very short, very short. This is going to be an extended, very long bear market. When I entered into cryptocurrency, it was in the year 2017. It was right before the bull run that peaked the market in December of 2017, where Bitcoin touched on 20,000. And then it fell, and we went into the bear market, which lasted about a year or more. Now, when you look at the VeVe market, when I started, what was it? What is this? We're in 2022. Was it 2020 or 21? I can't even remember. Time flies when you're having fun. Whatever the case, I started buying my first items. I think it was February. All I had to do was wait for 2 months for the peak cycle to hit. And when it did, I was selling stuff on eBay for cash at 10x the price of what I paid retail. And then the market came down. Well, another peak run hit, and it was somewhere in the summer, I think that next summer, and then prices came back down. Well, then we had another run, a third time. There have been 3 peaks since I've been involved where I've seen insane, ridiculous prices. I sold more stuff and then invested that back in and continued with the stacking strategy. So my strategy was make sure you accumulate lots of items during the low point so you can have plenty to sell when the market cycle peak hits. The reason why the strategy had to shift is because of what I just said, that this bear market is the real one. This is not just a low point within an overall bullish market. This is where things go down and continue to go down until they're dead laying on the ground like a lazy old dog who was taking a nap in the dead heat of the summer on the front porch in an old shack of a house down in Mississippi. Does that give you a good enough mental picture? And another thing, the economic reality that we are now facing is far more bearish and scary than any other downtrend I've seen in years, maybe decades, okay? I would have to think back to the time of maybe the first Gulf War, when we're in the midst of a war situation and when we had, say, inflation happening and a supply shock. So right now, there are grocery stores that don't have food on the shelves. Right now, we still have a war in Ukraine. Right now, we have inflation and the Fed's hiking up the rates and quantitative tightening to the likes that we have never seen since Bitcoin has even been around. Therefore, this economic reality is a lot more brutal that we are looking at within the coming months. Therefore, that means I have to shift and take into consideration the difference between this downtrend and the last few that I have been through since being involved in VeVe. All right, the next reason, the risk of investing into stocks and crypto, and certainly NFTs, is considerably higher right now than what it has been in the last 2 or 3 years. We are on the front end of a bear market, not the tail end where it's almost over and things are about to turn around. We have a lot of FUD, a lot of negativity, a lot of economic bad news, And then we have crazy fiascos like the FTX fiasco. We have the potential Tether FUD that could drop and hit at any time. We're sitting on the verge of a possible CFTC, not CFTC, a digital dollar. CBDC. I had the wrong acronym there. And so the risk in investing in anything is a lot higher right now than what it's been for several years. Here's another reason why I had to shift to Strategy 3.0. I have more items now than I have ever had before. Sometimes I think, have you lost your mind? You have nearly 2,000 of these things. What if all this goes to zero and never comes back? How stupid will you feel? Now, hopefully it doesn't all go to zero and I won't be left rubbing my head feeling like an idiot. So when you consider all of these things, you must make a shift to meet the new economic challenges, to meet the new reality that faces us today. I can't carry on with the same strategy that worked before when everything around me has changed. All right. Now that you know why I have created Strategy 3.0 and what it is, I'll tell you about a couple of moves that I've made. I'm not going to pull in and do a market report because it would make this video too long. But let me just tell you about a few moves that I have made. Now, Strategy 3.0 does not mean selling at a loss and panicking and getting out of the market. What it means is leveraging the gems. In other words, I am buying and selling with the goal of getting more and more gems where I never have to put another dollar into the app because I'm swing trading. So some of the things that I've done recently, I sold a buttercup that I had originally paid, $12.99. I sold it for $43. I've got a Ghostbusters 1 logo that I paid $15.99. I've got that for sale for $120. I have just sold my Superwoman for 137 gems. Supergirl, actually, not Superwoman. I did pay 191 gems for that, but I'm not selling it at a loss to leave it as a loss. I'm selling it because I know that it dipped down to 91 gems about a month ago. So I'm selling it now while it is recently pumped up, and I'm going to go right back and buy it when it dips down to 90 gems. If not, I'll take that gem balance and put it into something that has a lot more upside potential for the short term and make gains, and then maybe go back and buy that item again. So there are a few other items that I'm looking to jump in and out of, and I do that by understanding the behavior of certain items, knowing the charts, the chart movements, and what the real supply and demand is. In other words, you might have an item that has 100 listings, but they never sell. You might have an item that only has 15 to 20 listed at a time, but they sell on the daily. You have to really study and pay attention to the market very closely to know the nature of those items. Can you flip those things for gains? Well, you can only do that and know by watching the action on a daily basis. Okay, so we know that overall the market is still bleeding, and we can see some of the new things are coming down in price. And a correction, I did mention something without enough of a clarification because somebody called me out on this in the comments. I was talking about the blue, what's his face? The Jim Lee. Is it the Jim Lee? Let me look on the app here and I'll tell you exactly what it was. Jim Lee Batman version 3, the rare. And I was commenting that why would people be paying 40 gems for it when the original one is at around 15? Now, someone said, well, you got to understand there's quite a few more of the original than the new one. And that is correct. I had just made that comment mindlessly. However, just because there's a lot more of the original does not mean it's a guarantee that the new one should be priced a lot higher. Case in point, go look at the original Spider-Man drop. The common, the uncommon, and the rare. Go look at how many there are, and then go and check out the price. And tell me what the price is in comparison to some of these blue Batman items that just dropped and how scarce they are as far as the count. And then you'll know that it doesn't always mean that just because you have 1,000 of this one and there's 16,000 of that one, that the one with the low supply is always going to have the higher price. That's a part of understanding the market and understanding the behavior of certain items. Okay, now last but not least, why am I still investing in the VeVe NFTs? Well, I'll tell you why. Number one, it's a lot of fun, and I'm a hoarder. Okay? I admit it. I am a hoarder, and I love doing this. It's a lot more fun to do this rather than buying and selling cryptos. I am a crypto swing trader, but I found that it is more enjoyable and fun to swing trade these NFT items than it is to swing trade cryptos. And I think there's a little bit higher of a potential to stack your gems here because you got to buy a whole lot more of cryptos and the prices are in the pennies or in the thousandths of a cent in order to make gains. And you have to wait a lot longer to see a 1x, 2x, 3x gain and difference in price. So that's why I'm still investing in VeVe NFTs. Number two, the more people get shaken out, the higher the chance there is of massive rewards. So while everyone is fearful and shaking in their shoes, the most shrewd investors can come in and benefit from that and take advantage of the market as we are right now in this downtrend in the bear market. And the last reason why I'm still investing in VeVe NFTs is because of the nature of human beings. Strategy 2.0 got me 2,000 of these items. Strategy 3.0 will take me a little above 2,000 and will hopefully land me several $1,000s in cash. And then if it takes a year, 2, 3, maybe 5 years until the next market cycle peak, those 2,000 items are going to make me a haul. If this market comes back, I'm set up to win. Is it a gamble? You better believe it is. Is it a guarantee that this market comes back? Nope. Do I think it's probable? Yes, I do. But we're going to have to wait a long time, and we're going to have to deploy patience to see it through. Now, the last question I have. What is your strategy 3.0? What are you doing different now that we're stuck in this ridiculous bear market where we see prices sinking and drops normally ending up where the items are below the retail price? Share with me what you're doing, what moves you're making. It might not be the same as mine, but you should definitely have a strategy 3.0 because this is the third major era where we have had a change in market conditions since the inception of the VeVe market. So share that with me. Let me know what you are doing. And thank you for watching and supporting the Crypto Pro channel. And I would love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe. And I appreciate those who have given to, who have donated to the cause by the use of the super thanks. Shout out to Carl, who has given 2 super thanks. And just a note to those of you who have given, there have been some glitches. Carl had a couple glitches where he was not notified that his super thanks went through, but they did in fact go through. But I'm thinking about some different means that I can employ in order for you to help to defray the cost of producing this channel. It might be through Patreon. It might be through crypto. I haven't decided yet, but I'll let you know. All in all, I thank you for your support because it does cost me a lot to keep this up. And it definitely is an investment of time. Well, that's all I've got for now. This is Carlton, and I am out. Deuces.